All right, so let's review some of these animals. So you should have your bracket out. Some of you I know already chose your bracket through. You have a chance if you want to redo anything. You can redo it here. We'll just real quickly go through each slide so you can see every animal, learn a little bit about them, and then I will collect these at the end of the period, and then I will copy them. I'll give you yours back so you can keep track, and I'll keep one so I can score them each round. I'll update you guys on who's leading overall, who's leading this class, and give you updates after each round.
Like, how do you decide what's the first, like, where the...
And so here in this I think the beginning of this presentation, it tells you a little bit about that. So here's the past winners. Last year was Siberian Tiger, Hippo.
The space.
This was when they had like an alt category where there's like another bracket that they had sort of some different types of.
I think a
tardigrade is a tiny little thing. They can live in like extreme conditions. They can survive space.
How many?
It looks like a blow-up animal.
2017 short-faced bear, tundra wolf, a rhino, Sumatran rhino, hyena clam. Yeah, that had a clam.
It's not. What about the
Alright, elephant. Alright, see 2020? Here we go. So here's how the tournament works. First off, they've already looked at these animals, looked at their characteristics, things like that, and then they determine what seed they're going to be. But there can be upsets, obviously. It's less likely that a 16 seed is going to be the 1 seed, but it could happen. There's a chance of all of these things upsetting the others. And so then they determine the probability. They figure out which one won the battle, and then they post a little description about how they could imagine this battle going down. And it's kind of interesting. They include like references to scientific journals that they use actual behaviors and things that are found in the scientific literature. So it's pretty interesting. They spend a lot of time putting this thing together. So in the early rounds, Jaden asked about what habitat. In the early rounds, it's at the higher seeds habitat. So they're always in the habitat of the higher seed. But then once they get to the Elite 8, they choose a random habitat. It's either one or the other, and you don't know in advance. So that could have a big impact, obviously, especially if you have like an aquatic animal and a terrestrial animal. All right, so let's look at each of these. So I rearranged the slides so they're like by matchup now. So you can see all of these. So the first round, we're in double trouble. Gorilla.
Great descriptions.
Who's that?
What happened? What do you mean? He wrote nothing. He literally wrote nothing.
That's there's you put those words there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Vocalization.
Super helpful. All right. Bio, tropical range. Thumbs, vocal, weapons, root, strength.
Interesting fact.
That's an interesting fact. Some quality research right there.
I think Jersey Gorilla.
All right. Filarial nematode. So a nematode is a parasitic worm. So they spread through the blood. They actually do affect humans. So nematode infections, there's a variety of nematodes. This is one specific one, but they can infect blood and other tissues, and in especially areas where there's not great sanitation, things like that. That's where lots of these nematodes can spread. So it's going to be gorilla against filarial nematode. So if you want to start choosing, right? Which one won on the first line? Higher numbers, better seed. No, I'm sorry, lower. Like 1 is the best. 16 is the worst. No, write them here. Like wherever. Like who do you think won? Gorilla or the nematode? Write it on that line. All right, second round. Spear-toothed shark. Short-browed snout. Large, triangular, serrated teeth. Can hunt in complete darkness. All right. Long, sharp. All right. Swim in complete darkness. Endangered species. Third protective eyelid. So spear-toothed shark is going against an amoeba. So amoeba, who did this?
Me.
Did you search just amoeba or do you search chaos? So what type of amoeba is it? Oh, so it's a parasitic amoeba. Some amoeba, like an amoeba is like a general category, but there are some amoeba that are parasitic like this one. And they can, sometimes humans can get amoebic parasites like in their brains really bad.
Did that go through that thing where it goes through your nose like the water?
Yeah, it's like swimming and like, yeah.
Wait, Jada, what's the lifespan?
So they can get inside animals, slowly hurt them from the inside, can't really be killed. Oh, here's another point with this tournament. If there's a matchup and one of them just like runs away or goes and hides, it loses. So you can't just like run away, you have to beat the other one. So you can't just like evade the battle. You have to
freshwater.
This lives in rivers, the shark. It can live in rivers. Alright, so 2 versus 15. 3. Large sawfish. I'd like to be swimming at that thing. Swim up next to you. Swim in fresh water, thousands of teeth, can detect electricity, can be used to attack and spray. The last class said their research was that it thrashes back and forth with that rostrum, and that's how it can battle. So large fish versus a barnacle. Barnacles attach to surfaces, and they actually don't do a whole lot. They're filter feeders. They have a hard shell, however.
They can't move once we
Yeah.
filtering and then all that.
All right, so we got there large tooth sawfish versus our acorn barnacle. Harbor porpoise versus the seahorse.
Seahorse all the way.
So black and gray, small teeth to grab their prey and swallow them whole. Use echolocation to find their food. Can hunt in groups. Can't stay underwater all that long, 5 minutes. That's not that long for a marine mammal. Who did this one? Who did harbor porpoise? Any idea how big it is? Did you come across that? Like, is it a big or a small? All right, seahorse. Super good eyesight. Long snout. Okay. Tail to grab onto things so it doesn't get sucked away. Long snout that has to sometimes break it up. All right, Indian cobra. So venom, fifth fangs, can grow to 5 feet, can jump. Going against the long-legged bat.
Well, the bat could just pick her up, right?
But it could get bitten in the process. Wings help them escape. Quickly use their mouth, eat small insects. Wingspan 10 to 12. So this isn't a huge bat, 10 to 12 inches, about that big.
Don't snakes
Insects, not snakes.
Sometimes. Ooh, a crane. Sarah's crane. Cranes can be pretty nasty sometimes. Some of these large birds can. So it can be taller than me. Wow, 5'11". Scare tactics.
5'11".
Sharp beard. This will be unfortunate if it loses. When they mate, when one mate dies, they seem to mourn the loss of the other. Oh, you wrote that twice.
Yeah, the bird's taller than me.
All right, Sarah's crane's going. Oh, so no. Can burrow underground. Has no no external ears. Powerful front claws. Strong head, large teeth. It's little. Jackie, any idea how big it is?
It's like this big.
It's like red-footed boobies. Long bill. Long wings to wrap themselves in. So yeah, well they hunt in the ocean. So they dive into the water and then capture fish.
Wait, where are they?
Who did this?
Me.
Okay. They can use web feet for swimming. So yeah, they dive in the water, they eat aquatic food. So it's going against the green iguanas.
Where are they fighting?
Why are there both?
So they'll be fighting in the water,
So the
probably, or maybe not. Maybe they'll be moving.
Because the green iguana has a lower number.
Yeah, where's the?
Well, it's in the red-footed boobies environment, but it's not a marine animal. I don't know if it's on land or water. Could be on the land between. I don't know where it is. Green iguana. Lizards have special claws, cold-blooded, large claws, tail to attack, spikes down its back, can defend against most predators. So an iguana can be pretty nasty. If you ever, people have pet iguanas, once they get big, they're like thrash around.
How big does that one get?
The iguana?
7 feet long.
Up to 7 feet long.
Yeah.
Hundreds of people.
No, like the rest
7-foot iguana.
is in the water.
All right, let's move on. Oh, Wolverine. This is a good matchup. Wolverine versus Lynx.
Wolverine.
Always someone knock it up.
Thick fur, large paws, claws.
Wolverine, I thought that was just a wolf.
No, Wolverine is a different mammal.
Oh, I thought it was a
7 to 12 years, they have claws.
Wow.
Can we be a little more descriptive, maybe, Drew?
They have claws.
Sharp, long, retractable.
No. They
I
don't
don't know.
have
All right, that is.
I can't tell.
No, they don't have
It's
gonna be a leak.
All right.
Nice one, Drew.
All right, long legs, thick fur, retractable claws, walking on the snow, great hearing, eyesight,
What do you think like kill bears?
Interesting
long legs to pounce like a cat.
Interesting fact. It's in the leech's
All
environment.
right,
No, it's a
all right, that's a tough one to pick, I
I
think.
got links.
Oh, they actually got one.
I mean, they can take down bears.
All right, next division.
Wait, guys.
Caddish versus doggish. All right,
Look at that.
the sloth bear.
Red panda
That
easy.
just looks like a normal.
The shaggy, heavy black
It's
coat,
easy.
long snout, long tongue, thick, enormous claws,
Red panda's got the sneak
will
attack.
attack if surprised,
Yes, but it's got
faster than a
the
human.
It's got sneak attack.
Come on, Phil. Excellent climber.
Get on it.
All right. However, poor eyesight. It's against. All right, so this is the wild card. So you have to pick first who's going to win the pygmy spotted skunk versus the grandiers. That's in the, yeah.
Wait, why is it a wild?
What if it was?
Because it's just like an extra team thing.
Why would you like them?
Yo, Mongoose all the way.
All right, on a nighttime, they have teeth and claws, nocturnal,
Every other animal.
easily tamed. Who did this? Easily tamed? People like have these as a pet?
No, it's a mongoose. Why not? Wait.
Yes, but that's a, this one has mongoose and like wolves, so I think it's not an actual mongoose. Pygmy spotted skunk,
Do I put skunk in the box?
if you think it's gonna win.
Skunk.
Alright, pygmy spotted skunk, it's
100%.
70 to 100, so small tail, lives in trees, reacts to dangers to flee. Buck can release foul-smelling scent, becomes aggressive when cornered, nocturnal, do not hibernate, okay? So you gotta choose which one of these? The mongoose versus spotted skunk, and then that one versus the sloth bear.
I say that.
Alright, Caspian seal.
Look at this thing. Look at this thing.
This is right now, it's just hanging out on the beach. If it's threatened,
Then
Make
they
it
can
aggressive. Make it aggressive.
it's like 4 feet in length, makes aggressive snorts, whipper waving, shallow diving.
It's in danger of
Alright.
dying from a
It
virus.
dies from evolution.
Alright. Well, it's going against common kusaman.
I don't
So
think
that
I think
doesn't
it's.
I don't think the seal's gonna win.
You pick it, you want to pick
I'm
one.
putting the seal. I have faith.
Alright, this is a small mongoose,
That's a
short
house.
tails, long
Feels
claws.
prey with a single bite on the neck. How big a prey?
Refuge and burrows. Kills prey with a single bite on the neck.
How big?
House kept as a house pet.
I don't think I can swim.
It said that,
Phone, but
I'd like it as a house pet.
why would you have a house pet that could kill you with a single bite on the back of your neck while you're sleeping?
Like animal diversity.
Alright, Caspian seal versus common seal.
Yeah, but his prey is probably all I think.
Alright, brown hyena. So brown hyenas versus the Solangoi. So brown hyena, 90 pounds, so they can be pretty big. Bone crushing teeth.
Yeah, it won.
Hunt in packs, nocturnal. Hunt small mammals and birds. Only predator is an African lion. Versus Solangoi.
Yeah, that big snout.
Anthony, any idea how big are these things? Oh, just little things? Alright.
Wait, so if it runs away, it loses? If it runs away,
Yeah, if it runs away, it loses. Long, skinny body, it's quick. Eats small rodents, mice, frogs.
Small rodents.
African civet.
That thing's dirty.
Civets are the mammals that make kopi luwak coffee. Ever hear of that? It's the coffee when civets eat the coffee fruit, then they poop it out. People collect it, roast it, and it's the most expensive coffee in the world.
you get to eat.
Yeah. So they eat toxic invertebrates, powerful bite, retractable claws. Okay. It's going against the. Oh, these are super cute. I saw these in Costa Rica.
Oh my god.
Cape Verde.
It's gonna die.
Long bodies. So these are good climbers.
But they can't run away, so that's alright.
Good flexibility. Hang upside down. Live in the trees.
Ooh, and it's a herbivore.
But it's not going to be in the trees, is it?
Well, it's gonna be in. No, probably. Well, yeah, this is in the forest also.
Badger all the way.
Alright.
Like, bro.
It's not even.
Badger. A European badger. Live in holes. Variety of food. Aggressive.
That's not gonna
Teeth, claws, short,
got its
sturdy
war
legs.
paint.
Giant.
Yeah.
Like,
War
look
paint
at the
on.
war paint.
That's pretty. Alright, against the foul Genet.
How is that
It
a giant?
looks like a picture someone takes of it.
They squirt a foul-smelling substance.
Mateo, do you have any idea how big this thing is? No. Long bushy tail, climbs trees, avoids
That says
predators.
some have to avoid predators. That's not.
Angry and frightened, they squirt foul-smelling substances to deter their enemies. So.
Well, badgers eat garbage. Badger's got the war paint.
Badger's also small.
All right, this is pretty cool. Fossil.
Oh, that
They're carnivore, but they're not. It's not a big. It's 3 to 5 pounds, so it's not like a.
That is scary.
It's hard to see the scale. Camouflage, nocturnal, they eat rodents,
Like babies, bro.
dense fur. It's going against this greater Grisson. I don't know.
It's gonna get destroyed.
Long, slim body, 1 to 4
Why are they
pounds.
all long and
Carnivore, use lethal bite. Mateo says, why are they all long and skinny? You tell me.
It's caddish versus dogfish.
Well, but why are lots of them skinny and long?
So they can.
Because they look like dogs and fish.
No, so they go in the place.
Yeah, adaptation to sliding into hiding spots and things like
It's
that.
not hard because it's possible.
Can be domesticated into pets. Interesting. Anybody have a pet Grisson at home? Oh, you do, Leah? That's awesome.
We didn't ask for it.
Tara, wait, the Grisson's going against the Fossa.
That's easy.
They're about the same size.
The Fossil one.
Fossil, yeah.
What's the Tara doing?
I got the Grissom.
Alright, the Tara. Medium size, like a dog. Oh, that's kind of cute. Hind feet, dark brown body, long claws, pronounced canine teeth, may leap great distances. These I think are related. Where's this live? Oh no, I think it's something else. Omnivores. Okay, it's going against the Alanu from Madagascar. Large teeth, insectivorous teeth. So, 450 to 650 millimeters. So it's not that big. Pointed muzzle, larger than domestic cat, long claws. All right, against the Tara.
It's literally a
There's the
fox
red
against a dog.
Here is the red.
All right. Red panda. You ever see when they get threatened, they stand up and they like go like this? They're super cute.
Yeah, they can punch me to see if there's
I sent one of these in my family Marshmallow Madness group text today.
Red panda from.
Of two of them fighting. Multicolored, they're great climbers. They sneak attack from above. Strong claws, teeth. 6.2 kilograms, so they're 15 pounds or so, 12 to 15. All right. Versus a spotted linseng. Slender body, great climber, different types of claws, sneak attack, carnivore. All right, red panda versus the linseng.
Red panda all the way.
Going with your head or your heart?
My heart.
Your heart says red panda.
And it's higher.
It's so cute.
It's gonna be sad when it dies. All
Alright, exactly. No way. All the way to the chair. All the way to the chair.
Next group, Anthropocene. All right, Australian feral camel.
No way.
Long eyelashes. All right. Spits at anything that it angers it. Can fight for a long time with no break. How's it fight? Spits. German tanks used to run over their poop for good luck. That's an interesting fact, Dan. That is. All right, going against a face mite.
Okay, no.
I got the 16.
They live in our hair and into our follicles on lots of animals. They're on you right now. They're crawling through your eyebrows.
That's not true.
In your hair. We have them all over us.
That's
I got
They
the
dig
16
into your
seed.
scalp. They go into hair follicles. If they start an infection, that can be dangerous.
Kill something? No.
I mean, if they cause an infection in a hair follicle, it's right.
I don't
This
think
thing's murdering.
All right, so that was camel versus face mite.
that is winning everything.
So one of my daughters picked face mite to win the whole thing. I don't know. Florida panther versus the chytrid.
What? Bro, it's kind of a cover up.
Who's the chytrid? Who's gonna fess up?
Is that
All right, Florida panther.
Look at this thing.
Hind limbs, good jumping, claws, sharp teeth. Yeah, we're not going to run into that while I was hiking in Florida. Only mountain lion east of the Mississippi.
Gorilla picks him up, eats him.
All right, so we have the Florida panther versus, this is a fungus. And it infects, this fungus is responsible for the extinction of a bunch of different amphibians. It's been decimated population in certain areas. It's a fungus that gets on them, infects their skin, and then could lead to their death. This is a frog with this fungus growing all over it. So it's a Florida panther versus this chytrid fungus.
Panther.
So the thylacine, these are believed to be extinct.
Really skinny dog.
Well, this was in captivity
Doesn't it have that big
because they don't
like a zebra?
they didn't have pictures. Obviously, they're now extinct or thought to be extinct. They hold their young. They hunt at night. Good eyesight. Yeah, I think these can open their mouths to like 80-degree angle. I think that's the other class. So they focus on
That's the butterfly.
going against the butterfly.
Okay, the butterfly.
Yo,
Butterfly.
I don't think we need to have like
So butterflies.
She really wants to.
They have a long
Some
tongue.
interesting facts.
There is also, this is important. They eat milkweed. They're one of the only animals that will eat milkweed, those plants that grow with those pods. You probably saw. That milkweed sap is poisonous. And so as monarchs eat it, it actually doesn't poison them, but they integrate that poison into their bodies and they become poisonous because they've been eating it.
Yeah, but
So-
if it gets eaten, it's dead. But then the thing.
So they eat milkweed and they become poisonous. Red colors. So it's going against this thylacine.
What happens if an animal consumes the other animal, but then becomes poison? Like poison.
Butterfly.
Well then, I don't.
Who honestly?
It might be sick. So the animal that ate the poisonous animal might be sick going into the next round.
I was gonna go.
All right, trumpeter swans.
Full.
Trumpeter swan's going against the honeybee.
Is it African?
Don't bee sting once and die.
No. So lives in wetlands, impervious to cold, run, swim, fly high speeds. They bite their prey to kill it.
The honeybees.
It will attack humans. These can be nasty. Swans can.
That's what I was talking about.
No, I'm trying to
He
kill
attacked the
bears.
human. The guy
Keep
drowned.
them
He died.
I'm terrified of
Versus
bee
a
sting
honeybee.
swans.
So bee stings and it dies.
Yeah, so it has a stinger as a weapon. Can fly away if in trouble. So trumpeter swan versus honeybee.
Wait, if it dies during the battle.
It's dead. It loses.
Okay.
All right, condor. California condor versus the little brown bat. Condors are really large,
Are those
large
those things?
birds.
Oh no, wait, that's a what's it called?
Very good eyesight.
Bro, look at that.
Little brown bat.
It can fly away.
What's the thing
Good
that's
immune
so-
system. Doesn't have much. It's a scavenger. So these like eat dead things that have been dead already. It's like a vulture and a condor, like similar types of birds.
How is it?
Wait, it finds like already dead animals and then feeds on them.
It's still gonna destroy the bat.
Going against the little brown bat.
It's literally called little.
Weighs less than
Yeah, they have sharp teeth though. They're agile to fly.
See how big
It
its mouth
can't
is?
bite it.
I don't think it might
physically
Look at those
can't.
teeth.
Yeah, it's weird.
Bro, I'm scared.
California condor versus little brown bat. Cuttlefish. So cuttlefish is, it's not a mammal obviously. It's related to like squid and mollusk. It's a mollusk. They have really good camouflage. They can completely change their pattern of their skin to match the surroundings. Poisonous skin as well. Okay. Shoot out, grab your prey. They have tentacles to grasp their prey. So it's going against the bow, this fish.
That thing can't. It's called a boops boops.
Boops. It could have parasites on it. Feeds on seaweed and crustaceans. Cow eye, which are used as bait. Interesting. All right.
Oh, God. You're killing
The
it.
funny thing is, I did all the research, but you have to put them in so many.
Gopher tortoise.
Okay, yeah, I bet.
Gopher tortoise is obviously has protection from the shell. They're not very fast, obviously. I'm trying to think what else. Okay, what?
They look. That thing looks like it's speed.
Going against a feral pigeon.
The pigeon's gonna die, bro.
Pigeons. This is a wild pigeon.
will just outlive by 100
Oh,
years.
it's wild.
That's not
Yeah,
fighting, bro.
it's a pigeon that has become wild.
So many times.
House cat.
It does have a pretty.
Alright, here we go. House cat.
Okay, how's that gonna win?
Did someone
And
actually
Karen's
put that in
looking-
there?
Alright, so have eyes to see, obviously. Good balance, good vision.
Chinchilla.
Does that actually kill them? And ninja.
All directions. Alright.
In the dark.
Alright, going against a chinchilla. That's gonna be sad, because chinchillas are kind of cute.
You're gonna die.
Maybe not.
No, he's gonna die.
Chinchillas have really thick fur.
The cat is going all the way.
They can release chunks of fur when predators attack. Hey, they can pee on the predator. They're small, they're a couple pounds. So going against a house cat.
My house cat or somebody else's house cat? Because my house cat.
All right, tiny terrors.
Bro, why's that guy got 2 heads?
What? Africa? I don't know. Yeah.
Why's that guy got 2 heads?
Pygmy
All right, pygmy
It's
hog.
a given.
These are all pretty cute. Pygmy hogs live in the grassland. They have males have sharp tusks. Okay. Males can grow mustaches. Wow, that's interesting. Versus the southern Ningawi. Camouflage, narrow muzzle to bite its prey head. Eats very small prey. Cinnamon undertones.
Cinnamon undertones.
Maybe that's to make it more delicious for the. Poodoo.
Who did this one?
If you search these and you find pictures when they're babies, they're super
You
cute.
the one with the teeth? They're like fake.
So they're like deer. They weigh up to 26 pounds. They're herbivores. They bark when they're scared. They climb, jump, and sprint. The world's smallest deer species. An owl can eat this? Wow. 8 to 10 years, can die from fear-induced heart issues.
What's the
That's a legit
That is a
fact.
legitimate fact.
So
If it gets scared,
maybe the
it'll
Seba
die.
short-tailed bat's just gonna scare it and get a heart attack. So Poodoo is going against the bat, the Seba short-tailed bat. Fruit, nectar, insects. Lives up to 10 years. Eaten by snakes and raptors. All right, Poodoo versus the short-tailed bat. Raccoon dog.
Why is
Okay.
that in caddish doggish?
It's dog. It's dogish.
We're in tiny terrace.
Oh, I don't know. It's not big. Claws to climb trees. Lives throughout Europe and Asia. Used in agriculture. Eats more food in the fall. Emily, do you have any idea how big this is?
60 feet.
Okay, so
All mine are like this big.
2 feet.
versus the raccoon dog against the short-tailed shrew. They have their venom in their saliva.
Yes, like does they have teeth to put on?
They have an unpleasant odor.
Probably runs into like.
He looks like this.
Keeps predators away. They eat half their weight in food each day.
I did that too.
Okay. Do you release an unpleasant odor?
Yeah.
Colin does.
All right. Tree hyrax going against a baked vole.
I think the thing.
It's from African forest, different color coats, camouflage. Called conies in the Bible, so they're mentioned in the Bible. Hyrax,
Like
okay.
a little mustache.
Oh, they got Jesus on the side, so they're
Going against a bank vole. Vole's like a little mousy thing.
Lives on average.
Creates tunnels, warm paths to escape predators. Lives 18 to 20 months.
This is impossible. This is
I throw it at someone.
Cod. Oh, that's pretty cool.
That thing is killing me.
Very good eyesight, sense of hearing and smell. Bite their prey in the neck to penetrate the skin. About 5 pounds. What's it going against? Oh. Sorry, Lisa Chipmunk. That's not gonna end well. Lisa Chipmunk. They have cheek pouches. That's super
How
helpful.
is wait? How
Spend winter burrows.
did the cod get the 5 seed?
I don't know. It's small.
It's tiny terrors.
Oh, true.
That thing's murder.
Weighs 5 pounds.
Just bite his tail off there and eat it.
Smallest species of chipmunk.
Double trouble snakes with that.
Blue Island fox.
Look at that thing.
Alex, you know how big these are?
They're like a little smaller than.
Okay. 6 to 8 channels. They live in California. Thick coat, nocturnal, doesn't have many predators. Okay. That's cute. But it's going against.
Another blind animal.
Gray-bellied canalisted. Long term. It can hiss at its predators.
Listed as a
Near threatened species. Okay.
On the IUCN.
Is that
So let's see a list of threatened and endangered species.
Does nothing. Yeah, pretty much.
Island fox. Alright. Hedgehog. Southern African hedgehog.
I got the Kika.
From the savannah. Dry habitat.
Can you roll into a ball?
It's murder Yeah.
Kika's taken.
Length of body 20 centimeters. Body covered in spines. Can roll into a ball. Collect coins. Hedgehogs live 3 years in the wild. Eat carnivorous birds. Going against collared pizza.
No.
No natural defense.
I've still got the Kika.
No
So
natural.
that thing's gonna die.
It's gonna absolutely.
Concealed tail. It blends in.
It's gonna.
Yeah, it dies. That's right. Natural.
It's got sneak attack.
This is the red desert.
It's red.
Well, you know what's that? Finlayson squirrel. Anyone want to say Latin? Or has
Yeah, you already asked.
You gotta tell her about the squirrel. Lives in the woods, lives a boreal lifestyle, spends time in the trees. Alarm calls when predators come close to their nest. Versus the Kawari. Okay. Lightning speed. Oh. Large ears, eyes, excellent eyesight. That's fine.
Like, go back to the squirrel.
It's a squirrel.
Yeah, I don't know. Are they just gonna yell at each other? It's a wet little deer.
Can this thing climb?
Oh, excellent eyesight. There was something else I just didn't.
Who's fireman?
Is it in the beginning rounds? It's in a higher seeds environment.
It's round 4 though.
Then it's in a random environment.
Alright, what happened to land?
What?
Yeah,
We got it.
Yeah, Mr. Ross, it's a gorilla.
You don't. You got. You don't know.
Like a gorilla versus a
It's like if they're playing in future cycles.
What if it's
You don't know how to.
Yeah, my
Oh, it's random. If once the one person faces the one, it's random. Yeah.
It just flops around.
Maybe sharks come out onto the land and like.
Yeah, but it would seem to be a
All right. Any questions about your picks? You gotta finish. You gotta fill out the whole bracket.
It lasts longer than any animal. The tortoise.
What is the
Voodoo is a little cute deer-like thing.
Nothing is consuming it.
Here, I'll show you another picture of a kudu. This is the poodle. These ones are when they're little babies. They're super cute. That's a little deer, a tiny little deer.
panther or large soft?
Look how. That's pretty sad. What? Fangs? No, I think they're herbivores.
Panther or hyena?
Panther versus gorilla.
Gorilla lost it.
All right. Any other questions? Fill out your bracket. I need it because this first battle happens Monday, so I need them before.
When does this thing come down?
Panther, Gorilla's the most popular.
I had gorilla. Nothing is called a gorilla.
Panther. Yeah, you can do it next week. Panther. Oh, Panther's another big one.
You picked Panther?
Yeah.
Gorilla's out in the first round.
Bro, gorilla just
Mateo, the gorilla was out in the first round.
how many gorilla?
Sloth there.
Maybe the gorilla would have a bad name.
How's this one?
Or was critically bad.
Mr. Cross, can we name
Red panda.
Sloth versus gorilla?
like what names like
Bro, like
the gorilla like
Mr. Ross,
Well, the cat has a name. Everyone's jealous.
What? It has a name?
The cat has a name.
What's its name? Ninja? I'll update you guys after every round about who's in the lead.
we didn't get to this.
Well,
I think this has scientific evidence that I got it completely right. It's
Gorilla, you're gonna get a perfect bracket, Jaden?
I swear.
Panther and gorilla in this class.
No, because like I was saying, like the shark against the gorilla, because that was my last like over here. The shark is a river shark, so even if it's in the water, I feel like
Last class, a lot of people picked cobra. Yeah. What? You picked pygmy hog versus the panther.
The hog?
I didn't pick this yet. This isn't there.
The hog's the hog.
No, this
This has to go against that. You're like, no. I don't know. Sloth bear. I think the sloth bear is gonna win.
Bro, gorillas is the
Alright.
Who's the most unique winner you got so far?
What?
The most unique winner.
There's some. Lindsay.
Is it a hyena clan again?
No.
It's like unfair.
I'm not counting them. What did they say for the winner? What is it?
Oh, that was the
Honestly,
red.
that weird bacteria thing's gonna win. Just saying.
It's gonna be the gorilla.
Alright.
I am looking at the air, bro.
The gorilla can really, they're really playing harder competition.